How did you get your first customers or users? Did you give it away to beta test, trial, sell to a warm audience that you knew, or maybe it was completely cold? Building a SaaS that solves the problem is only half the battle. The other half is effectively selling the solutions that you built. It's a delicate dance between innovation and persuasion, where success hinges not on just what you create, but how you bring it to market. Last year was with a few extremely smart people working on a product extension, more of a companion product to solve a very specific, very obvious problem with healthcare billing. And over the course of a week, we designed it, mapped out use cases, and we're all ready to start development. But before pulling the trigger, I set up some meetings with people I know and trust in the industry to get their take and make sure that what we designed actually fit the bill. And a few meetings turned into a dozen. And the consensus, we absolutely nailed it. This was a solution that was elegant and effective and really solved the problem really, really well. I mean, like, this is awesome. Then, so did we build it? Is it done? What's the story? No, actually, we didn't. Why not? Well, stick around. I'll tell you the rest of the story. But let's take a minute and explore the art and science of developing solutions that resonate with customers and the strategies for selling them effectively. Number one is to know your customer, and I mean really know your customer. So, the first step in building solutions that sell is to deeply understand your customer's needs and pain points. And sometimes I talk about it as being able to articulate it better than they can themselves. You explain the pain point, and they're like, wow, you're reading my mind. That's exactly it. Figuring that out is kind of like being a detective, piecing together clues to uncover what truly matters to your target audience. It involves empathetic listening, market research, and an iterative approach to product development. And we did that part pretty well. I made the mistake not doing it before, and ouch, that's some painful mistakes. But when you solve a real problem for your customers, you create a solution that sells itself. Number two is crafting a compelling value proposition, making it irresistible. Once you build the solution, the next step is to articulate its value in a way that resonates with your customers. And that means going beyond features and focusing on benefits. What does it give them? Your value proposition has to clearly communicate how your solution makes your customers' lives better, easier, or more profitable, or better, all of the above. It's your bridge between your product and your customers' needs and what turns interest into action. And we really nailed that, all except for one tiny thing. So it's pretty good. And number three is effective go to market and sales strategy. Well, the solution that meets a genuine need and compelling value proposition, you're ready to sell, right? Effective sales strategies are about more than just pitching. It's about building relationships, understanding your customers, their buying journey, and providing value at every single touch point. Whether it's through consultative selling, content marketing, leveraging customer testimonials, whatever it is that you're doing as part of your go to market, the goal is to build trust and demonstrate that your solution is the best fit for their needs. You got to bridge that trust gap. So our solution checked the boxes. It seems like a great fit. So why didn't we do it? It was actually a little problem in number one and a tiny, tiny thing in number two that really is not so tiny. The thing was, the end user, major beneficiary, and the people who loved the idea weren't the same ones who would write the check. The benefits weren't necessarily for the buyer. So the beneficiary and the buyer are kind of two different constituencies. And as it turns out, this gross inefficiency really benefited the buyer, the company that would have to write the check for this solution. And benefited, so this is the problem number two, benefited them like millions of dollars a year. So if we're trying to say this is going to make you more profitable, no, it's actually going to take millions of dollars out of your pocket. And the reason the problem hasn't been solved is because there is a strong disincentive to solve it. Hey, why don't you pay and buy this solution and give up millions in revenue? No thanks. So the project was tabled, at least for now. But this was a case where the problem was absolutely clear, the solution was great, and the initial feedback was overwhelmingly positive. They're all go signals. But building great solutions and selling them are two different things. But those two things have to go together in order to build a successful company. Have you ever built anything that didn't sell? I certainly have. Or maybe sold something that wasn't built. I might have done that one too. Well, drop me a note in the comments. Tell me what happened. How did that work out?